Dr. Patrick Moore. I am very excited about what brings you to Toronto. I have in my hand a new brochure from your organization, Allow Golden Rice Now. And it's about something you and I have talked about on the show, and Bjorn Lomborg and other. It's about rice. It looks golden because it's got vitamin A added to it through a genetic enhancement. Tell me about golden rice and your campaign to allow it.
Golden rice was invented by two humanitarian scientists, professors in universities in Europe, one in Switzerland and one in Germany, Ingo Potricus and Peter Beyer. They were aware of the golden rice, of the vitamin A tragedy in Asia and Africa.
So that's normal rice
and
there.
This is golden rice.
And it's obviously golden because it's got something added to it. It's the vitamin A,
Well,
right?
the only difference between the two, conventional rice and golden rice, is that golden rice contains beta-carotene, which is what makes carrots orange and what makes corn yellow. But normal rice has no beta-carotene because the rice plant doesn't put it. Normal rice has lots of beta-carotene in its leaves, but we don't eat the leaves.
Right.
Doesn't put any there. So therefore, 2 million people, mostly young children, die each year from vitamin A deficiency. More than malaria, more than HIV/AIDS, more than tuberculosis, which are the other main scourges. But those are diseases.
Yeah.
This is not a disease, it's a nutrient deficiency, and therefore you don't have to kill anything in order to fix it. You just have to put beta-carotene into these poor children's bodies, and they will be fine. And it's just ridiculous that
where are
people are opposing this.
In North America, we're so well fed. You know, most of us eat too much, not too little. Where are the places in the world where kids are dying or going blind because of vitamin A deficiency? Where does that happen?
India is a big problem, so is Bangladesh, so is Indonesia, so are many of the sub-Saharan African countries. It's basically 250 million preschool children are vitamin A deficient, and 2 million of them, including some, it's not all children that die from vitamin A deficiency, but mostly, 2 million die, and 500,000 children go blind each year, half of whom die within a year.
Now, I've talked about Ingo Potricus on the show before. He was one of the inventors of this. He said, this is for the world. I'm not looking to become a billionaire off this. I mean, he basically declared this is his gift to humanity, right? Tell me about the ownership of this technology.
Well, it wasn't just his gift. What he did was he figured out how to use the existing technologies of biotechnology,
right,
and what is today called genetic modification. But
right,
actually, genetic modification is a far broader term than just recombinant DNA biotechnology, which is what we're talking about here,
okay,
where you take a gene from corn, in this case, and put it into a rice plant.
So this isn't like taking a mouse ear and putting it into, this is...
Nobody does that.
So this thing
about putting fish genes into strawberries,
that's science fiction?
Is science fiction.
You know what, and it's funny you say that, because as folks who watched the show last, that's the kind of hocus pocus that David Suzuki was pushing. Taking a part of corn and putting it in the rice, frankly, it sounds delicious.
It's the same gene that puts the beta-carotene in the kernel of corn.
Yeah.
They put that gene into rice and it puts it into the seed just like corn does. Yeah. It's the same, there's nothing sinister about it whatsoever.
So back to the professor, Potricus. Yes. What did he and others do to get this idea used? I mean, it's one thing to develop, I mean, to save 2 million lives a year, that would be a greater salvation than almost any, probably up there with penicillin, in terms of saving lives. I mean, I can't think of another innovation that would so immediately, and innocent kids. I mean, this isn't, like you say, fixing a disease. This is stopping starving. Tell me how they went from idea to let's get this out there.
They created the invention in the lab by successfully transferring genes from corn to the rice, and grew a rice plant, and there you have the yellow corn, the yellow rice, which is golden rice. Then they went to the owners of the patents, primarily Monsanto and Syngenta. They created a humanitarian golden rice board of directors composed of people from around the world that are interested in this. Rockefeller Brothers is on there, Syngenta's foundation is on there, the International Rice Research Institute, and many others.
I criticize Rockefeller Brothers Fund a lot, but it sounds like they're actually on the side of the angels on this one here.
On this one they are, and on this one the companies that owned the patents gave them freely, to be given freely to any farmer in the developing world that sells less than $10,000 worth of rice a year. And the thing
that's got to be the majority of these are subsistence farms.
But it's also, the thing about golden rice is self-pollinating. Therefore, the seeds of the golden rice that is planted are true. Unlike plants that cross-hybrid, that pollinate cross, where the offspring are not identical to the original rice. Right. The golden rice seeds, the seeds that are from the golden rice, you can plant them again and you get more golden rice plants. So it'll multiply like wildfire.
So you're a poor farmer in India. You're earning less than 10 grand a year. Most people in India do.
Exactly.
You get this free GMO golden rice from Monsanto or this trust.
They still have to pay for their rice seed, but they don't pay for the trait of the golden part.
Right. So it's, yeah.
They're just paying the same amount as they would normally for rice seed. Whereas most genetically modified seeds cost more because they produce better.